friend said, I'm like carbon monoxide.
I did see that.
And she like put that in her text and was like, you won't even know what's happening as I'm poisoning you.
I saw that and I thought,
She's not having a great season.
she's not having a great season and that makes me sad.
I know.
I'm a Brynn stan through and through.
I know. You know what? I think she got the first.
Yeah.
The first season.
Curse. It's a curse.
When you do too well, when you're too liked.
Yep.
It happened to Heather Gay.
It happened to Heather Gay.
It's happening. I feel like it's happening to Brynn right now.
Fully agree.
And it's a problem.
It's a problem and I'm going to be really sad if it happens to Bronwyn.
I know, same. Because I love
It's
Bronwyn.
really hard for me to imagine that happening to Bronwyn because I think she's so pulled together and she's so self-aware and rich. Yes, and very rich, as Nene Leakes would say.
Yes.
I'm very rich.
I'm very rich. B.
Uh-huh. So that, I don't know. I'm like, what's going to happen with Bronwyn? That would make me really sad.
I think that the difference with Bronwyn is she doesn't need the money from the show. She doesn't need it. Now,
it's giving Heather Dubrow a little bit.
It is. She gets to have that same kind of air about her as Heather because we know that she just does the show because she wants to.
Yes.
Not because she has to.
I mean, the
Heather Gay has to do this show.
How much was the necklace that Todd bought her?
$4 million.
A $4 million.
Or $4.5 million.
Like, they went on vacation.
Yeah.
A jeweler comes to the house for her to inspect some jewelry. And while they're there, he bought her a $4 million necklace.
Yeah. Now
I've never actually seen a housewife do anything like that before.
No, we've never seen that. We've heard Dubrow talk about like the sales price of her mansions and things, you know, and we're like, wow, $50 million.
Yeah.
But do you know how rich you have to be to buy a $4 million necklace?
Just on the fly.
Just because. And it was like their 10-year, keep in mind, they weren't celebrating their 10-year wedding anniversary. They were celebrating the 10-year of like their dating anniversary.
Yeah, this wasn't even.
So he's like, here's a $4 million necklace. Thanks for dating me 10 years.
So we could look up his net worth.
Well, I think the Palm Pilot did well.
Yeah.
I think it did well.
It did well.
And then he probably invested well.
It. Just invest it. Guys, if you stumble into a lot of money.
Here's your pro tip. Breaking news.
Beep, beep, beep. Please invest it. Please invest it. Please invest it. Like, this is what people need to do.
Do y'all have a lot of investments? Can I ask this?
No, I wouldn't say that we are like.
Are you wealthy from investments?
No. No, the answer is no. Now, I would like to be. Actually, last night we were discussing Bitcoin with our kiddos. You know, we talk about that every once in a while.
Yeah. You need to discuss it like I'm one of your children so I could maybe understand it.
Yes. So here's what's happening, you guys. Like, this is breaking news, truly. So coins, cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Is becoming kind of popular.
You're gonna be popular.
So it's becoming popular in the sense that it's people are seeing what kind of coins they can create randomly, and then they just push it out into the world, and it might take off. And if it does take off, if it becomes popular, trending, even just funny, that person will then make multi-millions of dollars. So 3 weeks ago-ish,
Matt tried to create a coin.
Well, there was a guy on TikTok he was telling me about.
Okay.
That made almost like a TikTok coin, I think he said. He has made $400 million. I'm not even kidding. Like,
oh my God.
Can you even?
In a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But this is why I don't understand, Kristen, and I just don't know that anybody can explain it to me. So you can just say, I won't. How is there value behind something? How do we know what the value is behind the coin? So much so that people want to buy it. Like, what's backing the price of the coin?
So the initial release of a coin. So Matt has some ideas for some coins he'd like to release.
Okay.
So if he was going to do this, he would sit down, figure out the coin, figure out like, how am I getting this out to the world? How am I marketing it to people? And maybe that starts with like $1,000, literally like $1,000 to just push out a coin. And you're saying each coin right now is worth a fraction of a penny. Okay. So there's a set amount of coins and they're a fraction of a penny. But if it becomes popular and the demand is there and so many people want to buy them, that is then driving up the price of it.
Is there a real coin?
No.
This is why I do not understand. It's one thing to have a product that people then will drive up a value for, right? Supply and demand, economics 101.
Yeah.
But that's tangible. They get that.
Yes.
So who is deciding that this random coin that has no value, because there's no product, there's nothing exchanging hands here.
Yeah.
Who decides that? And stocks are different because they're based on still a real product that
real
exists
business
in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me, I cannot wrap my, and I think that there are other people hopefully like me who are going, but it doesn't exist. So how is there value?
Yeah. It's just whatever people say is valuable. It's like when the NFTs came out. Remember the monkey portraits?
No, I know.
It's the same thing. Like, and that monkey portrait, it's not even a real painting. This is a digitally created thing.
But at least that's still created. There's something that you say, I am going to buy this, and now this is mine. What is the coin? It's pretend. It's a figment of our imagination.
It's currency. It's current, but
but there's no backing to the currency.
Neither is there for the American dollar. We don't.
Well, we used to have.
We used to have gold, but we don't anymore. We just print money, and there's nothing backing it. So it's literally just a perception of it. So now
that's gotten us into debt. So now the perception of money we've realized isn't the way to go because we're $23 trillion in debt. Do we not think that could happen with the coin too? If there's nothing backing it?
People think digital currency is the answer to that. Like one Bitcoin now is worth $98,000.
But it doesn't exist. There's no real thing. How is it just digital? Like who is doing this? Who's giving their money to something that's pretend?
I don't know, but I want Matt to make a coin and then make some coins. Like this kid last week, he's 12 years old.
No, don't tell me he's the one who made the 400 million.
No. But it's interesting how his took off because he made a coin. Somehow some people got a hold of it. I think it was kind of like a joke coin. People were buying into it. And then when he reached about the 30,000 where he could walk away with 30,000, he dipped out. Tom Zanzival.
Yeah, of course.
So he takes his 30,000. He's on a live stream. He was live streaming the whole thing. He flips off the camera. He dips out with his 30,000. But what happened is that whole scene of him on the live stream went viral. Uh-huh. So now more people come and more people were buying this coin. And it drove it up. And now I think Matt said he could be up to about 3 million now. But what's interesting, I said,
this sounds just like a donation. Like there's nothing, if you're not getting anything back in return, then it sounds like a GoFundMe. This is just a donation then at this point.
No, because then you can use those coins that you have.
But there's no coins.
To buy things. It's like the guy that bought a pepperoni pizza several years ago using Bitcoin. He spent 30 Bitcoins on it because Bitcoin was 8. He spent 8 Bitcoins to buy a pizza. This was in like 2011, I think. Now, if he had those Bitcoins he spent on the pizza, it'd be worth $500 million.
But
this is the inside of your brain.
There's nothing. Like this is digital. This is pretend. Who said? Why? How? None of this makes sense. This is so, my brain can't comprehend it. If you are listening and your brain can't comprehend this either, just know it's not because we're dumb. It's because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, it really doesn't.
It doesn't make sense.
I fully don't understand how any of this works, but I do think it's one of those things where it's like, that's how I feel about TikTok almost. It's like, is this how people are making money and having careers is through TikTok? To me, that doesn't make sense. But it's like, it is what it is, so you got to play the game.
But if people like you, and so they want to listen to you, and they love the content, then if TikTok has decided that a number of views equals this amount for them,
sure,
and they're willing to pay creators so that people continue to watch and stay on their app so that they can then tell advertisers.
Yeah. No, I get all that, but I'm just like,
but at least there's a product in exchange. Someone is delighting you. They are making you laugh. Then you are coming back. So there's still the advertisements. Like that's the product that TikTok has.
I'm just like, is this where
it's giving digital? It's giving the digital when everyone's trying to sell the digital courses.
Yeah.
And like, what is the digital course? What's the tangible thing? What is it? So you're buying a digital course to sell a digital course to people to sell more digital courses. What does the course say?
Let's
is it
actually,
how to sleep train your baby? Is it how to tie a shoe?
No.
Is there so this is in my mind, that's pretend digital currency as much as this coin is.
Hey, if whoever, I don't know who says it's real, but if people let you, use your coins to buy things, then it's real. It's an exchange. Just like Paris Hilton could sell her NFT, which is just a digital file now for, millions of dollars.
But do they want it because it's Paris Hilton's? Like in that way that when people die and like Sotheby's, sells their estate of things. And you're like, well, I don't really want that banana, but because Audrey Hepburn had that banana, sure. Yeah. Like at least there's some value there because a famous person touched it and you love the famous person.
What people say about like if Elon Musk started a coin, that it would go crazy. Like
Why doesn't he?
He should. I mean, there's certain coins or people that could start coins that people would like lose their minds over. But like this kid, for example.
Should I start a coin?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if we have the audience.
Actually, my views are down. Everything across the board is down. No one's watching my shit anymore. The reels are tanking. Like, personally for Miranda and Charlotte, I might as well pack it up and leave.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
Why do you think that is? Just the algorithm is constantly...
I don't know. I do realize in like the last month that I've pulled back a little bit, I think, on my stories, like where I was just always trying to catch up. And I'd be like, well, I can't post this because I haven't posted Thursdays and then Fridays and Saturdays. And I was like always catching up. But I don't know. For a lot of other people, their views aren't down. I don't know if I got shadow banned. There's nothing I said or did.
No.
I don't know if it's because I didn't talk about the election before, during, or after. But like,
but Zuckerberg came out and was like, I'm not meddling in this anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about 2020.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do better. I mean, he did say that. So hopefully that's not what's happening.
Yeah. I don't know. But I know some people who were constantly talking about it were being shown.
Yeah, sure.
Specifically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is. So, but I'm not playing that game. No, thank you. No, thank you. But I just am kind of like, what's the point? What's even the point? I mean, to the point, I think I have like 500 views on my stories, which I usually don't look at, but I've been noticing that people, like there's
less replies.
So many less replies. So I'm just like,
but don't you like less replies?
Yes. I do.
You want less.
I want less replies, but I was like, there has to be a correlation here. So I went to look at my story views, like 500. It usually is like 3,000. So we're talking like 1/6 of what I'm usually used to. So it's just interesting, but that also means that when I do link the jean jacket, I'm not going to make as much because I did turn off story replies for 1 week.
Oh.
I turned them off while we were gone.
There's no way that you got punished for that.
Yeah, I thought that usually you got rewarded when you turned it back on.
Right, when you pop back on, you're like, I'm back.
I thought I got rewarded. No, I did not. I don't know what's going on, but I can't.
Not okay.
And it doesn't help to go on your stories and be like, where is everybody? Yeah. Because no one's going to see it. It's not real. Like the coin. Shouting into a void that doesn't exist.
You got the Bitcoin for Dummies book, remember?
I do, from Aaron Hall.
So maybe you should flip back through that. It'll help you understand a little bit better.
Yep, I sure will. But also, like, it is a Bitcoin for Dummies book, and it's like drawn like a kid's book.
Yeah.
It's still 45 pages, let's say. If something needs that many pages to explain it, I'm sorry. I think it's because you're just talking in circles because it doesn't make sense.
I mean, all I know is people are making the monies. They're making the money. So all that to say,
let's do it. Where's our
y'all
coin?
need to invest.
Where's our cat coin?
We could make a cat coin. We could do an ATS coin. It has to be 4 letters. ATTS.
Perfect. Then we already have that. Is somebody else already doing it? Did somebody swoop in underneath us?
No, but we should do an ATS coin. Who's going to invest? We need the startup money.
So I understand an idea. If somebody has a great idea that people think is brilliant, even if it's not a tangible thing, but it's an idea.
Yeah.
I get why people invest in it.
Yes.
Facebook did end up becoming a product, but at first it's like, this is an idea. But it turned into a real thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that has only stayed an idea forever that people still...
Let's think.
Like, that's not a product. That's not something. What would that be?
I mean, I do think the idea, sometimes I think about that with insurance, but I mean, you are paying for if there's a disaster.
Exactly. A what if?
But
So
it is kind
the
of,
coin a what if?
I don't know.
Is it because I can at least wrap my brain around that. If we're treating the coin more like a what if.
Some finance bros could be listening to this and they're dying inside. We would love to have one of y'all come on and explain it.
Please slide into the DMs. Clearly I don't have enough to read.
I know.
So I don't care. Just there has to or is it just something I cannot understand? You know, like there are things that people just cannot understand. I would say God.
Yeah.
Religion.
Sure.
Some people cannot understand it.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, that seems like too hypothetical.
Yeah.
I have to suspend so much disbelief.
Yes.
It's for them, right? And I can be like, yeah, I get that. So for me, is coin this? I cannot suspend whatever reality we have to live in where I give you a quarter and you give me something in return. I don't know. I can't do it.
So you're not going to tie that church with a Bitcoin is what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not giving the church a Bitcoin in the gold basket.
Okay, so if we double suspend reality, if we double, then does it make reality?
It's like
if
two
you tie,
negatives.
two negatives make a positive. If you tithe with a Bitcoin, suddenly both of those become real.
You're not tithing the church with a Bitcoin would be a really good title. It's long, but it's good.
Oh, I don't care about a long title. I will title this whatever I must.
It's more than 4 letters.
Yes, it is. But nobody better take that @s coin now that I'm thinking about this.
Well, I guess you know what you're doing before this comes out on Tuesday. Yeah, you need another thing. Put Matt on it.
I got to copyright. Matt, book the @s coin. Invest. Buy, sell.
That is what they're doing.
Okay, but do you want to show your jean jacket real quick? Let's talk about it. Or you showed it on stories.
Yeah, I showed it on stories.
Okay, well, you guys, guess who has a jean jacket?
It's the amount of people who wrote me who shamed me
for not having a jacket.
For not having a jean jacket. I think I didn't hear from a single, or was there one? There might have been one person who was like, I don't own a jean jacket either, and I'm a millennial. And it felt really good.
There was one girl in our DMs who said that, who was like, jean jackets are not for me. It is not comfortable. It is not soft, and I will not wear it. And I respect the opinion.
I will
but
say,
I think most people were like, yeah, you gotta have a jean jacket.
Of course they were. The chokehold that it has on this entire generation and many ahead and below.
Yes.
Or ahead and behind. What I was going to say is, I think that I have just tried on
the wrong one,
like stiffer ones. Because when you were like, no, it's cozy.
Yeah.
I just don't, denim in general, I don't think most people are like, let me slide on a pair of denim and relax at home.
Yes, unless it's the new Khloe Kardashian. She has released with the Good American. It's a denim sweat.
Yes.
Ooh,
did you buy it?
Good. I did not because I thought, how is this good?
let's have a few more people get them and talk about it, and then you can decide.
I don't think I've seen enough people with it, and I'm just like, is this good that I'm lounging in denim? I don't know.
I have seen the ads though,
and
they do look promising. But there's those memes and reels and stuff of people like, are you an axe murderer because you're lounging in your jeans at home?
Yes, I think like twice a year. I'll catch myself and it's like 10:30 at night. And I still have on jeans.
Yes. You've come back from like a girls' dinner.
Or even if I brought the kids home at 3 p.m. and it's just been a busy day, and then I cooked dinner, and then we did this or that, and then we're kind of sitting on the couch, and maybe we watch a movie. And 10:30 comes and I look down and I have on jeans.
Yes.
Jeans and a bra.
You're like, what kind of monster would do this to herself?
And I'm telling you, it's twice a year.
Yeah.
It's twice a year. Typically, y'all know, I come home, bras off, gray robe is on. That's it.
Every once in a while, I'll catch myself doing the same. And And it never happened when I was bigger because jeans were so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Then when I did lose the weight and I got my 2 pairs that I still have.
Yes.
You know, the ones with the rips,
Yes.
the light color. We need to talk about that for a second.
What?
But I have that light color ripped one. And those are like a little bit loose. And so they aren't so bad to like lounge in when you're at home, but I still wouldn't choose it.
No.
It would still be an accident,
No.
but I wouldn't choose that for myself. And I do think that we need to have more self-respect than just like saying, I don't want to get another pair of pants dirty. You deserve to be comfortable.
Yes, and you just lay those jeans out somewhere.
Exactly.
Just, you save them for the next day.
Yeah.
Do you don't own or wear pajamas. So what comfortable thing do you slip on when you take the jeans off?
The robe.
The robe.
The black robe.
Okay. I know the black robe.
Yeah, you know the black robe.
Okay.
It now has like bleach stains on it.
That's what robes are for. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
I am not trying to be cute in a robe.
No.
I am not. I am there for comfort and comfort alone. Do not try to sell me on a $200 Barefoot Dreams robe. I know they're very soft and comfortable, and I love that for y'all. But for me, I'm like, I want to be able to just smear my dirty hands on
it up. Well, you've got makeup, you've got products,
Yeah.
you've got lotion tanner.
I mean, I'm
like, what are we doing? We're going to tan the inside of a Barefoot Dreams robe? No.
I am wiping boogers. I am still wiping butts. Like
Yes.
I am doing the Lord's work in my robes, and I
True.
need to just feel like this can be a petri dish, and I'm okay with it because it's my family germs.
Exactly. I think that the time for an expensive robe is an empty nester.
Yeah.
You are in your 50s.
Oh, I love that.
You're in your
idea.
60s. You get up in the morning and you start with coffee.
A Folgers.
book.
It's a Folgers commercial.
It is. It's a Folgers. And I see that. I can see that for some people.
I do.
But I think when you're momming so hard,
Yeah.
no.
No.
These are not your years for a nice robe.
It's not.
And so I don't want your husband, don't put it on your Christmas list is what I'm saying.
No,
I don't think that that's a good use of the money.
I do want the Pookie sweatshirt for Christmas.
Sure did. Sure saw it. God, they're killing it.
They're killing the game.
And they named their brand Quintessential Love.
Quintessential Love, honestly, is such a good name for a brand.
It's such a good name.
The logo is great. Okay, y'all, we're talking about Jet and Pookie. Y'all know we've
course.
talked about them before. We love Jet and Pookie. They are taking this country by storm, taking the world by storm.
Yeah.
And she just had her baby. Let's talk about the baby.
Paloma.
I
guessed Palmer. I was going Palmer. I thought Palmer was the name.
Wow,
and
that's close.
I sent it to several friends and said, what do we have on the name? I think it's Palmer. I was real close.
Oh, that's really close. I'm impressed.
But Palomas are great.
Paloma
It's
is
a great name.
such a good name. And I feel like
So
this
cool.
child can really choose her destiny with the name Paloma.
Absolutely.
Are you a Southwestern girl? Maybe you're into turquoise and
Yeah.
silvers, as I am now.
Yeah.
Maybe you are going to be more of a Tinsley Mortimer, like a Upper East Side debutante.
You could travel the world with the name Paloma.
You could travel the world.
You can be
Maybe
a wanderer.
You want to go live in Italy and just slurp up the pasta and be a Paloma in Italy? Please do. You could be a girly in the South. Maybe you get a little Talatrashy and you go to Florida State.
Yeah.
You can be a Paloma
You
down.
could do that at Ole Miss.
Yes.
I think that's where, is that where Campbell went?
Yeah, she went to Ole Miss and he went to
He
Georgia.
went to Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Mhm. And then he went to, as we know, all the fancy schools
Yeah.
because of the LinkedIn profile that people would never stop talking about
Yeah.
when they were first hitting and people were dragging them. And they were like, you can't drag this man. Check out his LinkedIn. I mean,
can't.
someone was doing so much behind the scenes work there to just push Jet's LinkedIn. And I love it. I mean, that is a true friend.
It is.
Or it's his Finsta. I don't know, but the amount
It worked.
of comments that were like, no, you got to check out this dude's LinkedIn. I re-downloaded LinkedIn to go look at Jet's profile. That's how strong that campaign
That's
was
how much
for
we
me.
love tea.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's the
We
tea.
love the tea.
He's so accomplished. He's so accomplished.
But y'all, so she had the baby the day before the Georgia Ole Miss game.
Uh-huh.
Like that baby was 1 day old and got to watch the Georgia Ole Miss game with her father.
And
Can you even?
a week later, they went and did like another thing.
They did.
Campbell was
They did
6
game day.
days postpartum and went and did game day.
Can you even? Who is this person? You are standing here. I mean, people in the comments of her on game day were like, why does she 6 days postpartum look better than me on my wedding day?
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
she's Pookie.
She's Pookie. She's perfect.
She's Pookie. She's getting glam.
So now they have the Pookie
They're
sweatshirt.
making so much freaking money. Like, I'm curious how much she's making now in comparison to Jet.
I think they're making more with this now. I absolutely think they're making more.
Yeah.
And good on them.
And good on them. And I'm sure Jet could explain coin to me.
He could explain coin.
I know he could.
And do I think that, again, like making TikToks, now you're multimillionaires.
Yeah.
Do I think that that's like where I saw America headed for our dreams, the American dream? No.
But, until we make it big on TikTok.
But I'm saying play the game.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm saying play the game. Go make your coins. If this is how they say make the money, then go make the money.
That's right.
So we're going to release the ATS coin. We're going to try to do well on TikTok.
You have to get it while you can because
yes, you got to get it.
The internet changes so fast and people are so fickle.
Yes.
And you can be canceled for saying one sentence. And so I think that's more the driving force for people having to get it while they can.
Yes.
Because it is so contentious.
It could be gone any second.
It could be gone in any second. It almost feels like it's unrecoverable. And so people are just like, white knuckling these forms of ways to make money, and I don't blame them. I really don't.
Not at all. Not at all. I want to play the game. We're trying. What did I send you yesterday?
Haven't grown one TikTok follower in a week. I mean, like, this is what I'm saying.
What did I send you yesterday?
The amount of content.
I noticed at the top, it was our 501st post, okay, on Instagram. It said amount of posts, 501. So I did the math in my head. We've been at this for about 20 months, okay? There it is, 501. We've been at this for about 20 months. And to know that we have pushed out 501 pieces of content on Instagram alone.
Yeah.
We've done over 200 podcast episodes. We have almost 100 pieces of content on Patreon. We have TikTok. We have YouTube shorts and YouTube videos. I don't even know how many YouTube videos we're up to now.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of content we have pushed out, and it's literally just the two of us. It's just two.
Yep. It's just the two of us.
We still do not have an unpaid intern.
No.
We do not have anybody helping us.
Not one person slid into those DMs either.
Yeah. Maybe over the summer, little summer internship.
I mean, we could take some kids on Christmas break. They have a month off of college.
They could come down to this here basement.
Bella can't do it because she's already working.
Yeah, she's working hard. We don't want to disrupt.
Girl. The thing that I wanted to bring up about the jeans is I saw that you posted recently because, again, I don't have a lot of things. So I have a pair of light ripped jeans.
Yes.
I have the dark Jessica Simpsons.
Yes. And
then I have the like almond toasty ripped ones from Amazon. Actually, I have a fourth pair now because I got one without rips and a medium wash, I would say, from Walmart.
Okay, great.
So those are my 4 denim bottoms.
But you saw what I posted where it was all the girlies standing on the corner of the street downtown. Now, the original meme was this picture. All the girls have on a black top and light colored denim jeans. And the caption someone wrote was, "You'll never find another girl like me," which I think is so funny.
Yeah.
You all look exactly the same.
They all look exactly the same.
But
even the hipsters, y'all all look exactly the same.
Yeah. But someone reposted that and their caption above it was, "Someone please explain to me when light colored denim became a nighttime denim." Because I was told that we're only going into the darker shades when it's past, let's say, 8 p.m.
Okay. And so when you posted that, I had never thought about this.
Oh.
I've never thought about this.
The amount of people that wrote me back.
Okay. I believe it. I believe it. So I read it and was like, wait.
Are you wearing light denim at night?
Are we not supposed to be wearing light denim at night?
I mean, I guess we are now if that's what the young girls are doing.
Well, of course. And whatever they say we do. But it's more, I think that what happened is it goes back to the slacks days. So think about men in their dress pants or their slacks.
Yeah.
And or even weddings, like old timey.
Okay.
Okay. That you wore black tie after 6 p.m. Like it was known that the darker shades were later at night. And I would put the men's slacks into there too. They were wearing navy probably if they're going to a night dinner or a meeting or whatever.
Absolutely.
But during the day, if you wanted to wear a chino, a khaki, a light blue, you had the ability to do that. And so I think women's denim just mirrored that idea. But I did not, until I saw you post that, what I'm saying is I never thought about it in my brain.
Really?
Like it wasn't a conscious decision. Now, I usually wear darker at night just because you're wearing boots and things like that. And sometimes light denim just doesn't look good
Correct.
with it.
Yes.
But I still didn't really know why I thought that until I saw the meme and I was like, oh, it probably kind of comes back to men's slacks
I
and
think
darker
so.
versus lighter. And we,
Yeah.
at a wedding, you can be casual if it's an afternoon one and do a
Yes.
sundress. But after a certain hour, it's like men are going to wear darker dress pants and suit jackets, or it's going to be black tie. So it did. It made me think.
So you were kind of subconsciously doing this.
I think I was, but
Yeah. But you never really realized like, oh, I'm picking the dark jean.
or that it would be tacky,
Yeah.
or that you would be judging me.
Yeah.
And others if we did wear a light denim to a girl's dinner.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think a light denim to a girl's dinner. I don't.
We just don't do, even if it's like tailored and crisp, like if it's not ripped, if it's not anything.
I would say
like
the structure and the seaming, maybe if there's like a front pleat in that light denim and it's nice and elongating, maybe. But what top are we doing? As you already mentioned, the boots, what accessories are we wearing? Even visualizing that right now, it is still giving daytime to me.
Yeah. And you're finding it, you're almost throwing up just thinking about it.
But let's say we're going to a country music concert.
Right.
At night.
Yeah.
I think I would do a light denim.
Right. You're not going to do a dark denim.
I'm going to do a light.
You're probably going to wear a slutty skirt.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not wearing any denim. Y'all can do that if you want. Like, I'm not doing that. I'll be in like a slutty dress.
Yeah.
A mini dress.
Yeah. Like you're wearing fringe.
Yeah,
You're,
with boots.
you're doing
and
a rhinestone or a fringe or something like that. Like you're not wearing jeans.
Yeah, I'm not wearing pants.
No, you're not wearing pants to a country concert.
There's just nothing covering the bottom.
Right. Okay. Well, you've heard it here from our resident fashion expert. If you are wearing light denim at night, just know that Kristen's judging you. Unless you're at a country concert, she still is half judging you then.
Correct.
Because she wishes you would just be in a skirt.
Yeah,
or a dress.
Or
something cute.
a tailored,
Yeah.
dark, elongating denim.
Yeah.
The mom jeans have been troubling to me.
Yeah.
I think they've been troubling to many of us. I have
You
had
are holding on tight to like this skinny dark wash.
I'm sorry, mom jeans don't look flattering on anybody. And I will say that, and it's not me judging any of y'all. It's the fact that
it's just the way they're cut.
These stores have said, this is what you wear now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I am letting you know that the most beautiful, thin, shapely, like gorgeous young woman could throw on a mom jean and it is not going to be flattering. That's a fact. Now, we could say we don't care if it's flattering. We're not dressing for men.
Sure.
We're dressing for ourselves, and maybe we just like how we feel in these. That's fine. But I am telling you what the truth is. It is not my opinion. The truth is that it is not a flattering jean on a woman's body, period.
It's really hard to not look like this.
Yeah.
Like
your
a
vaginal
vase,
bridge.
like a vase, or my vaginal bridge, of course, and which is in the mom jeans.
Yes.
But it's like the vases that just kind of go like this. Like every bottom, like
That's it.
woman's bottom of her body always looks like that.
Yes.
It's an interesting shape that we've convinced ourselves is flattering.
It's
And I would much rather. I don't. I'm trying to think if I ever did them, where it was like the tight ankle dark denim. I don't think I did, because at my size when they were super, super popular,
right.
that wasn't for me.
It was in the, let's say, 2022-ish range.
No, your girl can't wear that.
That the mom jeans came really, really hard. And again, it's trends. So I'm with it on the trends. It's like, okay, yes, we want to do what's trending, but we can also objectively say it's not flattering on a woman's body.
Yeah, do I like the way my body looks in this?
Heather McMahon has talked about this before, that she has gone to the games in Georgia or wherever. Mm-hmm. She goes into the bar and she's thinking she looks cute and pulled together.
Yeah.
And she walks in and it's all these girls in mom jeans.
Yeah.
And she has had conversations with them. Like, do you feel good in this? And one girl said to her, I don't feel good in this, but I know this is what I'm supposed to wear.
Oh, no.
This girl admitted that to Heather McMahon.
Aw.
I don't feel good in this.
No, then don't wear that.
What are we doing? Why have we led young women astray?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Okay, so maybe I need
to a referendum on
we're
that.
We're going to start a denim line.
Yeah. Okay, denim line, coin. There was a third idea in there, and I can't remember what it was.
It'll come back. I'll remember when I edit this.
Okay, but speaking of clothing, let's talk about what we're wearing.
I know, you guys. Okay, wait. We got to say this. It's Thanksgiving week. Okay.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. We love Thanksgiving.
And we got to give a...
Woo.
Because it's...
food. It's
Food
a food holiday.
Food time, baby.
It's important that we give it the flowers.
Yeah.
I am still struggling with my voice,
same.
y'all.
Same.
It's like never come back.
Yeah. If I go and talk for too long to somebody or go somewhere and woo, whatever, I'm going to pay for it the next day.
Absolutely going to pay for it the next day. I actually didn't go to one of the biggest holiday parties of the year was last night. It's my girlfriend Marine's party. And I wrote her and was like, I have been fighting something for 2 weeks.
Oh.
It's off, it's on. It's off, it's on. And I'm to the point to where like I actually kind of have to put myself on vocal rest because Kristen and I have to record 5 hours tomorrow. I have to be able to talk, and I would feel so rude to come to your house with the little sniffle, with the little cough, but then also going, I can't talk.
I can't talk.
Like it's
There's
rude.
no way that you could.
But also, wouldn't you look kind of sideways at someone who's like, so sorry, I'm on vocal rest.
Yeah, no.
You're like, well, then why'd you come to the party?
Yeah, I'd be like, don't talk to that girl.
Yeah, so I just, it wouldn't have felt right to do and be like, look at me, I'm the girl on vocal rest at the party. No one can talk to, like, it's so stupid. So I just told her the truth. I was like, I just can't come because if I talk tonight, then I will not be able to work tomorrow. Like that's the place I am with this voice.
You are a giver.
Yes.
And you are prioritizing.
Yes.
And we here in this podcasting space appreciate that.
This is important. Well, we've run into, and then last night, so I'm like, okay, there are certain things I still need to do. So went to Walmart I'm still shopping for the apartment that we're redoing and everything to list. And so I'm in the aisle looking at curtains and there's a lovely couple there. And she goes, so we are in there for several minutes together.
Yeah.
And finally she's about to walk out the aisle and she goes, I listen to your podcast or I love your podcast. And I was like,
that is so sweet.
I'm like, can I please give you a hug? I did talk to her.
I used your voice.
I did use my voice and I did talk to her.
That is so nice.
So Jenny, shout out to you.
Jenny, y'all always please come up to us
Yes.
because as we've said, we feel like sometimes we are talking into the void and we're like, who's out there?
Void
Who's
of our
there?
passion project.
Yes, of our passion project. The void of our passion project. That
could be a title too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we do love seeing y'all's faces.
It's so nice.
Yes.
Especially if like we've never met you before. We don't know you. We don't know you in any way. You don't know us in any way except for the fact that you listen to this podcast.
Yes.
It is so dope. Like that is the coolest thing in the world. It happened at Natalie's book signing.
Yeah.
I'm standing in line to get my book signed. The girl in front of me finally turns around and goes, I just want to say I love your podcast. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's your name? Her name's Beth. So shout out to Beth too. Beth and Jenny, you really made our week.
So nice.
And so she was just like, yeah, I just love listening to it. And she brought up a funny story from it and everything. I'm like, oh my God, you actually pay attention. It's so nice.
Yes. The things that people can
sweet.
recall. And I'm like, I have trouble recalling things.
I'm like,
I love it.
We talked about that?
Yeah, no,
right.
Ooh, we mentioned that? Yikers.
Okay. Do I need to make an apology? But it's really cool to just hear from people, again, who we don't know and to say that they listen. And what I would say to, if you're someone like that too, and the other thing about these two ladies is like, I don't think that they're DMers or anything.
I was going to say, are they on Instagram? I was going to ask that.
Not that I can tell. The Beth who wrote me was just like, hey, I'm the girl from Natalie's thing.
Okay.
I said, oh, hi. And there weren't like any previous DMs.
Got it.
And then I haven't posted the picture of Jenny and me. I could not look worse, but it's fine. I will post it, but the roots are just rooting. And so I will post it and I'll see if she DMs. But like if it's kind of the same thing where we aren't very communicative back and forth, it's almost cooler because then you're like, these are just real people walking around in the world listening to our podcast, but not letting us know every second that they are.
Yes.
But they're just doing it and they're devoted.
I feel like anyone we DM with, I'm like, oh, these are our listeners.
Yeah.
Like I vieue our DMs as our listeners.
These are our only listeners.
Yes. But the fact that there's two women.
So Claire, the Claires of the world who we
Claire,
talk to all the
Ginger,
time. Yes.
All the girlies, like y'all are our listeners.
Yeah.
But for them to just be like, no, I'm on the outskirts of the Instagram.
Yeah.
And And still like being able to watch our content, which is great. But like the fact
And watch it enough to know what we look like too.
True.
Like these weren't Miranda and Charlotte people. These are ATTS people.
Oh.
And so that's really neat. But it does remind me that like we have just listeners out there we don't know of.
I know.
And so wanted to say specifically hi to y'all. And that if you are someone like them, and you're here listening to us and you're like, no, that's me too. Like I am. I'm here. Then what I would say is you do not have to be chronically online like we are. You do not have to be DMing us every single episode or doing all the engagement. It is good enough just to be exactly who you are, because I know that I say that a lot. Like, hey, well, come let us know. Or, hey, get on Instagram. Yeah. It's fine. It's neat to know that there are people like that out there too. All I would say is like, make sure you tell your bestie.
Yes.
Like maybe just text your bestie. Hey, this episode was so funny. I thought that you would like it.
Yes.
Like that is good enough. It's good. It's actually good enough if all you do is listen and you never say another word to us. That is so amazing. But if you want to take it just a tiny step further, but you don't have to do the whole online thing, just tell a bestie. Your mom or whoever. Apparently we're big with moms.
Yeah, we are big with moms. Send it to the family group chat. Family.
So while we're talking of this.
Speaking of family.
What?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Let's circle back.
Oh, yeah. So this is Kristen's. We're both in Kristen's clothing. So she's in a turkey sweatshirt. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble till you wobble.
Gobble till you wobble, obviously. And then I could not find my Hey Pumpkin sweatshirt or my mother's Hey Pumpkin sweatshirt this morning.
Yes.
So I texted Kristen, I'm either coming in a jean jacket or I can wear something else that you have.
Yes. And I'm pleased with both of those options.
Okay. So this one is the beans,
tomatoes,
yeah.
hams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkey, you name it. That is.
Y'all don't know that reel. That audio.
I've been running hard with that audio. Mm-hmm. I mean,
for years.
Ever since it really was released. Mm-hmm. I do it every Thanksgiving, every Christmas. Y'all know it. I literally have people that are like, we look forward to when we know you're going to post this. Yeah. All the food that your family makes, and then we know you're going to lay the audio on top of it.
Yep.
And that is what I'm giving to my community.
Yeah. It's consistency. And consistency is key.
Yes. Y'all can count on me. Know that.
So yes, this is the shirt that she also ordered.
Yeah.
After the audio. And so do you wear this on Thanksgiving Day while you're eating?
Well, it depends. So this past Thanksgiving, I wore this turkey sweatshirt and Matt wore the greens beans.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So this has a little mat on it.
It has a little mat.
That's why it feels extra good.
You feel
extra
the pheromones.
Sexy. Extra sexy. Well, I mean, I was in your threesome last week, so I feel like I should be in a shirt now. I'm just wearing Matt's shirt.
The text, that part made me laugh so much. Like, well, why are you still texting me if it's sexy time? What are you doing? Why? Why are we still
she's still mid texting, like, oh, what's it about? Oh,
I'm like, Matt's already put the moves on.
I'm like, well, the easiest thing to do is me just to FaceTime you so I can show you what I'm trying to show you. So she's writing me back, oh, don't FaceTime me because we're having sex. Like, what?
I did not.
No, that's an exaggeration. She was like, but Matt's already made the moves. And I know how many moves he's making.
The moves were happening where it was like, follow me into the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you consider Harry Potter a holiday movie?
Absolutely. Well, we watched all of them starting in September. I think September or maybe beginning. I don't know, but we already blew through them all.
Joshua and Lily are watching them because she read online somewhere that if you, and we did this last year too, but one of the movies, one where she goes, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, Harry.
She says, Happy Christmas, Harry.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Yeah.
If you started at a specific time on Christmas Eve, then right as the clock turns midnight to Christmas Day, you hear Happy Christmas, Harry.
I love that.
So Lily and I did that last year. So then this year there was something like, well, if you started on the first one in October or whatever, then then it'll get you to New Year's perfectly timed out. Right? If you do it like every Sunday night or something.
Yeah, I definitely view those as fall/holiday movies.
They're definitely for our dark denim.
Yeah, Definitely. Harry Potter is giving dark denim.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where October is Thursday is whatever.
Absolutely.
Then we could say Harry Potter is dark denim.
Yes. So we would
and
say
fall.
October, 8 p.m.
Right.
Thursday.
Right.
Dark denim.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter.
Perfect. Cosign.
Ooh.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Wow. We could continue to add to that list, and
Yeah.
we will.
Yeah, and we will. That can just be a running list.
Another one.
Are always giving another one.
That's true.
Okay, so anyway, it's Thanksgiving week. Y'all are listening to this, probably just running around, just
Yeah, if it's on a Tuesday.
dusting the baseboards and basting the turkey and doing all the things that need to be done. But I also feel that Thanksgiving week is a week to like goof off a little bit.
Oh, what
Don't
are you doing?
think?
What you goofing off doing?
I just think Thanksgiving week, like even if you're hosting, and we are hosting, and you know, there's food prep and things, but I think that Thanksgiving
I know what you mean. Kind
feels-
of rules go out the window a little bit.
rules go out
like
the window.
societal rules of like, okay, we
Yes.
don't day drink. But like Thanksgiving week, like we're mimosas, we're doing Bloody Marys.
And like kids are going to have maybe 1 or 2 days of school. There's
But
a
then that's
half
it.
day here.
so you're
Nobody
really not doing homework or worrying about the
Right.
projects.
It's a day. It's a week to goof.
It is. It's a week that all the typical rules, like the kids stay up late because they don't
Yes.
have school, so we can
Yes.
kind of do whatever. You're drinking a little bit more. You're eating more, and you know calories don't count Thanksgiving.
They
week.
don't.
So that I think that's what you mean is like the rules are kind of going out the window. The
absolutely-
weekly rules. So let's just be goofs. Like
I
let's
hope-
be goofus and goofus.
We're being goofus and goofus this week. Absolutely. It's Thanksgiving week. Y'all need to just like unbutton that light denim.
yeah.
Just let it all hang out and just have a good time. Make a little simmer.
Put on your old mom jeans.
Put
If
on your
they're
old
still-
mom jeans. Make a simmer pot.
Yeah.
Maybe like kiss your man in the kitchen. Like
Yes.
make some cookies.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know.
I'm gonna French kiss Josh in the kitchen.
You should. Like we are always kissing in the kitchen. We said if we ever write a book, it's going to be called Kissing in the Kitchen. Because
I know. I've watched y'all kiss in the kitchen a million times.
Yeah, it's like our place to kiss. I don't know why.
because he actually is in the kitchen with you. My hard part is Joshua's not in the kitchen with me.
No. So yours would be kissing on the couch.
Mm,
He wants it in the bedroom
yeah. He wants it in
from the
bedroom.
window to the wall.
Yeah, till sweat drops down his ball.
Oh, we never made that joke.
I don't know.
We never made that joke.
Sitting there right
In
there.
all these
I
years
don't
of
know.
friendship, we've never made that
No,
joke.
we've never. I saved my best work for this business of ours, this podcast
my
business
gosh.
that Beth and Jenny are listening to. Shout out again to you girls.
What if Josh makes ball coin?
He could make ball coin.
BALL.
Yeah, just the one. And
Ball
for those
coin.
who don't know exactly what we're talking about and you've never heard that story,
Oh, yeah.
it is worth getting on our Patreon
Yes.
for that.
Yes.
For that story. What'd you call it? Cover letter?
Yes.
Cover letter, right? If you want to spend these, I don't know if it was on the 6 or the 12. But if you want to spend $12, that's your Christmas present to yourself.
Yes.
Because we're saving the money on the Barefoot Dreams robe. You're getting the dupe off Amazon
Yes,
anyway.
yes.
So now you have $12. You actually have more than that.
Yes.
So if I were you, I'd get the Patreon, ask for it for Christmas. I don't care. And then you are going to go to Cover Letter.
Yeah.
And you're going to listen to how I discovered my husband had one ball. It's hysterical. But then there's all of our most embarrassing stories are on Patreon.
Yes.
And we'll call back to them every once in a while over here. But if you're like scratching your head,
Yeah,
going, how did I miss that?
You got to go over there.
It's because it's on Patreon. And those have like the dirtiest, dodgiest, embarrassing
Yeah.
stories.
Oh, yeah.
Things that like we can't share in here because our children couldn't hear them.
Or even parents, because there's some
Or
things
parents.
on tier 2 that you don't want parents to hear.
No.
And I have a running list of stories that you have told me we're saving for Patreon.
Yeah.
So
For tier 2.
there will be more to come.
Yes.
I still owe y'all my makeup video. I'm so sorry. I've had people DM me like, where's the makeup video, Kristen?
Oh, shoot, Kristen.
Put the makeup video up.
I bet that there, and we can link the products.
I know.
If you can put it up.
I
If
just
what
gotta
you'll
do
do, just send me a list of the products. I'll go pull all the links
do
from
the links.
Amazon. I
Okay.
can do that part.
Okay.
If you just want, and I really don't think that there's anything wrong with uploading it as is. I know that you're like, there was so much time to lull, but people love to watch that.
Okay.
I am now being sucked into these freaking TikTok BP parties, fizz jewelry, where like they put a bath bomb. Like I'm now watching these. I'm not going to buy this.
Where they go live?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
They're
I've been
just
watching
live
them
on
too.
TikTok for 3 hours and doing bath bomb jewelry fizz parties. I'm watching them. And yeah, sometimes they're talking in between, but a lot of it is just like stirring the water, getting that fizz going.
It's crazy because the person doing it is just looking at the comments and like kind of responding to people. This is not rocket science at all, but they are making money. They've got a lot of people on those lives. It's crazy, y'all.
Home shopping works because people are sitting there on their phones and they will buy.
Okay,
and
the
it's
receipts,
an interactive thing.
In the receipts for this, we will share a screenshot so y'all can go look at what this is. It's fascinating. Well, it's like the woman that had the oysters.
Oh, I loved watching the oyster woman.
Okay, tell people about this.
Y'all, there was someone who used to, and it was another MLM thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that BP is doing the same thing, where like, the person has their downline and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But what they've changed about it is that they go live on TikTok to do the parties.
Yeah.
And so it feels very interactive.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, my point being is that there used to be a company, and I don't think it exists anymore because I don't see anybody opening these, but you would buy oysters and the person would shuck the oysters and there would be pearls in them. And you didn't know if it would be a white pearl, a pink pearl, a black pearl, a big pearl, a small pearl. How many times can I say pearl?
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving week. Take a shot, whatever. Just like do it. And so it would be so cool to watch because like the way that they kind of have to crack it.
I love
the way that they would push on the inside of that oyster to try to find the pearl. And then it would pop out of the small opening like a child crowning. You know what I'm saying?
Oh gosh.
And then they would pull the pearl out, rinse it off, and then she'd put it in the little tray with the salt. You remember all this stuff.
I remember it.
And she'd put it in the little tray with the salt, and then she'd go close to the camera and she'd be like, you got a beautiful pink pearl. Look at that shimmer. And
she would measure it. She'd tell you the diameter.
Yeah. Then she would have this little caliper.
Yeah.
Like clippy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would be like a little pincher, like how you make with your fingers.
Yes.
And it would pinch it and she'd be like, oh, that's a 4 millimeter.
Yeah.
And
so you would log into this and you would say, okay, tonight I'm going to buy 3 oysters from her. So she's digging around, I guess, in the tank or wherever.
Well, was she doing this on Facebook Live?
It was Facebook Live.
It was Facebook that we were watching
this.
this.
Was right when Facebook Lives started.
Yes.
And people were doing the LuLaRoe.
Oh, yeah.
Lives,
the LuLaRoe shopping lives.
The shopping lives and the oysters. That's the big 2 I can remember.
Yes.
And man, it was fascinating to watch that.
So
I never
good.
bought an oyster, but I did like to watch.
Never bought an oyster, would watch 2 hours at that party.
Yes.
I mean, I would hide from my family to watch that woman push that oyster out of that tiny opening. I loved it. I was like, zoom in. You know what I'm saying? Like, zoom in on that. I want to see it just pop.
That's like me popping zits.
It is.
I mean,
it's
that's
the same idea.
That's why I probably was into it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Patreon, I have the video of you popping that zit.
Oh, yeah. We haven't uploaded that.
Do you want me to upload that?
Yeah, we talked about
I
it.
have 2 videos from it.
I still feel like there's a little.
Still a little bit? Oh, that's nothing. That's just like scar tissue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you are welcome to do it anytime you want.
Y'all, so she pops it in the mirror, and I do have footage of that part of it. But then she was like, I just still think
there's more.
There's something in there. Do you want to do it? And I said, this is my time. This is my moment.
It's your time to shine.
Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. And woo, did I get a pearl out of her face.
She really did. So what I was explaining to her and to, I guess, Instagram, wherever we were talking about this.
Well, it was on when we recorded in the cruise ship room.
Right.
We told everybody, you said, I haven't felt pretty because I've had this thing on my lip.
I do. I've had this pimple on my lip. And it's not technically, I don't know what it is, but because I use so much chapstick.
Yeah, it was the chapstick.
I think that it like gets in my pores. And so I'll have to like express the chapstick out of these pores.
Yes.
But this one looked like, it almost looked like a fever blister, which I've never had.
Yeah.
I've never, what is that what those are called?
Yeah,
fever blisters is what people get.
Yeah.
I've never had one or anything, but it looked like that, but I knew what it was.
No, it was giving pimple.
Yeah, because I had tried to like work on it before the ship, and then I think I irritated it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it got bigger and bigger, and I just don't break out enough to know how to
I know.
deal with that.
I know.
And it made me feel so ugly between the roots and that on my lip. I was like, I might as well just like throw myself over.
No, I felt so sad when you said that on the episode.
But I didn't, obviously, because I'm still here.
You're-
I don't know why I felt the need to say that.
I didn't throw myself off the ship.
I didn't. I did not. That was my mom's like really big fear. Is like, what if I fall? Like, what if she falls over?
Oh, yeah. No,
But-
I mean, that was 100% me. The only time, I don't even think I told the PodcATTS this, y'all. I never stood near the edge of the boat. I never, in daytime and nighttime, never even got close to, as we're sailing in the ocean
Yeah.
and looking in the ocean, I never stood anywhere and looked out.
Okay.
Like even barely, except when I did go to Ashley and Aaron's room to see their suite,
Right.
which was enormous.
Yes.
They had a balcony, and I said, it's the last night. I'm going to allow myself to just look over the side of this.
Okay.
And I did.
And how'd you feel?
It scared me. It
Okay.
scared me, but I think I did take a video.
Good.
And to just see the waves like lapping up against the side of the ship. And it was a lot, but then I stepped away.
I tried to go up as close to the rail as I could every chance I got.
You did?
Mhm.
Did you take any video?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll post those. We'll
Yeah,
post my one scary video and then
Yeah.
some of your like happy videos.
But speaking of cruise content, and we are rounding the end of it, I promise, if you don't care. But I think people are liking our recaps,
Oh,
even
yeah.
if they weren't on it.
Yeah.
And it's the closest you're getting because we're never doing it again. That I am so sorry that Kristen and I are brand new to podcasting, clearly.
Oh,
That last week, we didn't say the word Jersey until the last 4 minutes of the episode. That we were freaking out, forgetting, hello, most of y'all are listening to this, not watching it.
Not watching the YouTube.
Because we are recorded, because we see ourselves the whole time. It just is like, oh, well, look. And even on
Yeah.
Riverside, we're looking at each other.
Yeah, I go, oh my gosh, you found it. And you're like, can you believe I found it?
And then we're both like,
I found
we
it.
can't believe it. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I found it. It's here. Look, it looks like the taco seasoning packet. Like
And
people,
all our listeners are like, what did you find?
now.
What was it?
Now the real ones were like, we know it's the jersey.
knew
It's
it was
got to
the
be the
jersey.
jersey because you're paying such great attention
They knew.
that you already knew.
So they knew it was the jersey, or our YouTube
When I
watchers
said white
knew.
bag, when I said white bag,
bag.
people, the OGs were like, it's got to be the jersey.
You know what? Because we had put the white bag in the receipts the night before.
Correct.
So people should have known when we said white
I
bag.
know.
Because I said, oh my gosh, it's the white bag.
But the people who are listening on 2 times and you know who you are, these are the things I think that you're missing.
Oh, the 2 timesers.
I think that now I know some of you are doing 2 times because you're trying to catch up and I value that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kristen, I'm shouting you out right here.
Yeah.
I know that you are trying to catch up.
Kristen who? Which Kristen?
Schellinger.
okay.
How do I say
She in our DMs?
She's in our DMs.
Oh, I love that. No, you got to do the 2 times. If you're doing a catch up, I would say do the 2 times.
I guarantee.
But once you're caught up,
Schillinger.
okay, there she is. I
Yeah,
see.
Kristen's Schillinger that's hard to say for me. She just started listening a couple months ago and was like, I got to go back to the beginning. And so she went back. And so to catch up, she's been listening on times 2.
Oh,
She's like, I swear I'm catching all the things. I swear. I don't know that you can catch all the things.
honestly, because we already talk so fast.
Exactly.
We talk so fast as it is. It's giving Ben Shapiro. Sorry, don't be triggered, but it's giving Ben Shapiro.
He talks very fast.
I could never listen to someone like that on times 2.
No.
My God, my God. Now, there have been a couple of times where I've been editing.
Mhm.
Recently, it was when we did the Hurricane Helene for Patreon, okay? I had to get that turned around so quickly
Yeah, I get that.
that I had to do it on times 2, but it felt nearly impossible.
What I do is I listen to us at regular speed every time.
Yeah.
Then I listen to us a second time.
Oh, you do?
Usually on times 2 if I need to find another receipt. Like if I'm like, well, I know that we talked about something else that I wanted to get a receipt for, but I didn't write it down. So then what I'll do is I'll listen on times 2, and it's at least enough that you hear every vocabulary word, and it will then jog my memory. Like, a perfect example of that was, let me see, it was in our receipts.
I love your dedication to listening to this pod.
Well, I feel like it's the least I can do because
Yeah.
you do the majority of it. I'm like, well, I'll do what I can. There was something in this batch,
Oh, batch of receipts.
the batch of receipts, that I was like, Coast Guard.
The Coast Guard.
But you had not written me to say.
I had not said anything about it.
You hadn't said, what about the Coast Guard receipts?
Yeah.
And so when I listened back, I knew that there was something. I was like, it was the Coast Guard, but I was only able to do it because the times too, then it's like 10 minutes.
Do we sound just like
chipmunks?
Insane.
We sound like chipmunks. And when we start to laugh, it goes, like that. It's so annoying. I literally don't know how people do it. Like that would be so annoying.
I think Jen Davis said she does too.
She does too.
Yeah, Jen Davis listens on times too. I cannot.
But in case y'all did miss it, so sorry about not saying Jersey.
Oh,
right?
yes,
we will be better about that. Like when we are like,
I do think that had to
it.
do more with because how we were recording.
I
that
agree.
We were facing each other.
Agreed.
And so it felt very much just like you and I talking to each other.
Exactly.
Instead of us recording a podcast.
I think if we were here, we would have done better.
Yeah.
But there have been other times when people have said like, hey, we didn't know what you were talking about because you never actually said the words. So I am trying to be better about that. I'm like, it's like when I'm reacting to something you're doing or you're reacting to something I'm doing, or like, especially if I'm saying like, I can't be on the mic right now and you have to describe what I'm doing.
Yes.
We need to be more descriptive.
Okay, we're trying.
Okay? That's what I've been told. I am listening. Okay. I am paying attention.
I am paying attention.
But the Coast Guard does manage 6 major operations: maritime law enforcement, which maritime is all over this, maritime response, maritime prevention, maritime marine transportation system management, maritime security operations, and defense operations, which then led me to Google specifically. Does the Coast Guard still have to deal with pirates?
Okay, yes.
Okay, yes, the United States Coast Guard deals with pirates. History. The United States Coast Guard was founded in 1790 to fight pirates and smugglers, and its first anti-piracy action was in 1793 in the Chesapeake Bay.
Whoa.
So the whole reason why we have the Coast Guard is because of pirates.
And y'all know that those pirates looked the part.
That's what I'm
if
saying.
we're talking 1790s,
Yes.
they had
shanties.
They had the shanties and the eyeliner and the dreadlocks.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I just thought that you guys would like to know that. And for example, they are still dealing with the pirates. In 2023, the Coast Guard deployed boats to patrol the Oakland estuary to stop pirates from stealing from the boats.
Oh my god.
The boats as well. So just so that y'all know, if you want a fun fact, if someone's like, oh yeah, the Coast Guard just manages the water or whatever, you can say it started because of the pirates.
And they're still
dealing. They're still dealing with the pirates. And hopefully hilling.
They're definitely hilling our coast.
They're on a hilling journey
on the coast.
Yeah, on the coast.
All right. So do we?
Yeah, quick 2 and 2.
A quick 2 and 2.
We can do a quick 2 and 2. And one of mine is actually still having to do with. Did you press the button though?
Oh, I didn't. We're gonna do it in.
We'll do it in 2 and 2.
There we go.
You. I might have to get this hair off.
Get that hair.
I cannot look at that. So another thing is talking about our listeners.
Yeah.
And I have a very a fun story for y'all about a girl named Rachel.
Oh boy.
Okay, a girl named Rachel joined us on our cruise.
Yeah.
So Holly, she came out as Holly Huffman's +1.
+1.
Okay. Holly's an OG.
Yeah, Holly has been listening forever. She knows all the things.
Yes,
but
she knows all
she
the
wanted a friend to come along, and so she brought
her friend Rachel.
Yeah.
And I knew that she was bringing a friend named Rachel because, we got like the list of people and whatnot, but that's all I knew. And so we get on the boat and within minutes, we're like up at this little restaurant and we're sitting down and we see Holly and we see Rachel and we see some of the other girls too. So we're just trying to like get our bearings like, oh, you're Natalie. So nice to meet you. Oh, you're Jessica. Blah, blah, blah. And then Holly and then here's Rachel. Okay, cool. And so everybody's sitting down at the table. Our sisters, mom.
Yes.
A lot of people are there. And so we're just like, hey, how did you find out about us? Or how do you know about us? Or, what's your favorite episode? Just trying to like find some common ground here.
Yes.
And Rachel goes, oh, I don't listen to your podcast. dead pan. Like, I don't listen to your podcast.
Yeah. No, she is a very direct girly.
Very direct. And that's okay.
And honest.
I don't mind it.
We liked the honesty. I think many other people would kind of hem and haw about that, and they'd beat around the bush and be like, well,
I was about to start, but work got busy.
Yes.
And I really love to listen to music
I
instead
think
in the
most
car.
people would do that, but she was like, no, I don't listen.
All the other people using their excuses as to why they don't support us, we've heard them all. So like it wouldn't shock us by any means.
Yeah.
But she was just like, no, I don't listen to your podcast. I was like, oh, okay. You just like love to cruise. She's like, yeah, I'm just here because I really love to travel.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. And like, Holly wanted a roommate and like, that's great. Do you listen to other podcasts? It was my next question. And she was like, yeah, I listened to a couple of them. They were very niche. They were very specific, but I cannot remember what they were about. I don't know if it was business or something.
Yeah.
But she was just like, yeah, I listened to a few. I was like, so you listen to podcasts,
but
you
not
just
ours.
Don't listen to ours. And she was like, yeah. And I said, okay. So she can tell, like, I'm giving it to her. She's giving it back, but like,
she is.
I'm giving it to her. Like I said, okay, well, from now on, for the next 3 days, just know that you're going to be not our fan, Rachel. Like, not a fan of ours.
Yeah.
And doesn't listen. Like, you're no podcast Rachel or whatever. No ads Rachel. She's like, okay, fine. So, the whole weekend goes on. We see them here, there, and everywhere. And each time, like, even at the welcome reception, I'm like, so everyone tell us your favorite thing from the episode. And I was like, well, Rachel can't because she doesn't listen to us. Like, but she was taking it. She was a good
She
sport.
was taking it on the chin.
She was taking it.
You were giving it.
I was giving it. It's all good. Like, this girl is not bothered by me.
She's tough.
Ribbing her about this.
Yeah.
She's tough. And so anyway, I'm like, well, maybe by the end of this, we'll have a fan in Rachel. But I said, oh, you know what, Rachel, you're at least going to have to listen to one of our episodes because we're live recording tomorrow at 10. And she was like, oh, I'm not coming to that.
She said, I have pickleball reservations.
I said, oh, okay. Like, so you didn't listen to us at all, just knowing you were coming on a PodcATTS cruise, but then also the one time we might be able to hook you in.
Yeah, she didn't.
Reel you in.
She went and played
You're not
pickleball.
coming. And she was just like, no, I'm going to do pickleball. And I was like, cool. So now I can't stop. I can't stop giving this girl ish about it. Like it's too easy.
But y'all, real quick, it was so funny, her going through the swag bag.
Mm-hmm.
It actually made me feel like mentally ill because I was like, this person who knows nothing about us is like, why do I have a meat stick? And why do I have a clown nose, a fake candle, a Taco Bell packet?
Yeah.
Like, she was just like, I don't understand any reference from any of
Our
this.
Christmas cards, she was looking at them like, these are y'all? Like, it was so classic. Now, she loves snail mucin. I think you got her on the snail mucin.
I got her with the skincare, yeah.
And
Who doesn't love skincare?
Maybe the candy and, meat sticks and stuff.
There were a few things in there that were just useful.
Useful.
But truly, a lot of it's just inside.
But like a cinnamon broom?
Yeah, the cinnamon
like
broom.
a miniature cinnamon broom?
She's like, what is
what
this?
the hell? So that was really funny. So we're like, all of this would make sense if you listen to the podcast.
That's
like,
right.
We're just ribbing her about it. So she doesn't come to the live. She holds true. She does not come to the live recording.
Nope.
And so the rest of the weekend goes on. We're having dinners. We're hanging out. She was like the MVP of our scavenger hunt, like game night or whatever. And it was really fun. And by the end of the trip, and she like gambled and won money. Like she had a great cruise.
She had a great cruise.
She had a real good cruise.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, listen, hugging her goodbye. I'm like, even if you never listen to one of our podcasts, I hope that you at least enjoyed getting to know us and like who we are, what we're about, whatever. And she was just like, yeah, no, I had a great time. I get a text from Holly or a DM, I can't remember again who she came with. And she was like, I have to let you know Rachel's listening to the podcast.
Woo!
We did it. We did it, Joe. It happened.
We got
another one.
Sure did.
another podcast.
We got another podcast.
But I think I saw in a DM you messaging with her and her she said, it's actually really great to listen to while I work. While I work, I love it.
Yeah. She was like, So Holly texts me or sends me like, Rachel's listening to the podcast. I just have to let you know. I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. Yay, 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 yay. Then I don't know if I'm supposed to put her on blast like that. I don't know if Rachel wants this just to be her little secret that we've converted her until she writes in our Cruising Cats private chat. So all of our people, we have a private chat on Instagram who went on the cruise, and she said something like, she was like, not you coming for Taylor Swift.
Yes.
And
Which told us.
And I wrote back, I was like, so what I'm inferring from this is that you're listening to the podcast. She's like, yeah, it's actually really great. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
And I love listening to it while I work. It's
Isn't
awesome.
that crazy?
I'm like, yeah, it's almost like all these people didn't show up just because we drug them there.
Yeah.
I
mean, if that is not a testament,
that's what I'm saying.
Because I think she was a hard sell. I do. I think
Really
she was
hard.
a hard sell on this. And so hopefully she's listening to this one. And we are just so delighted to have you as part of the PodCat Nation.
Shout out to you, Rachel, just for being such a good sport after all the digs I was truly giving you about it, and that you ended up listening afterwards because, you found it to be important, and that's nice.
Important.
And that you ended up liking it, and we hope that you continue to listen. Maybe go back. You know what? Full circle. Why don't you subscribe to our Patreon?
Oh, boy. If she does that, I will
take some of those casino winnings.
Yes.
And subscribe.
And invest.
Put your money where your mouth.
Invest in our Patreon.
Our Patreon is our coin.
That is our coin.
It's our coin.
That's our @s coin.
Okay, so that was one of mine. So shout out to Rachel. Thanks for listening. And hopefully it's not just the episodes that you're featured in and you continue to listen. Because that's what got my sister finally. She's like, well, I'll listen to the cruise ones because you're going to talk about me. And now my sister can't stop listening.
Okay.
She also thinks this podcast is great.
Okay, Jackie. Thanks for finally getting on board. But also because Lauren is listening. She wants to be able to laugh with Lauren about
They want to be able to Lauren was invited to my sister's birthday party.
Yeah.
And she was delusional thinking. She was just like, no, I think that she might surprise me. So my delusion, just know that it's genetic.
It's genetic.
When I thought people were going to surprise me on the cruise, none did.
Yeah.
When I did think that, my sister thought that for her birthday, and she thought Sister Lauren would be the one to walk into her party and be like, I'm here.
Oh my gosh.
I know, dead.
I mean, what if she did though?
It'd
be iconic.
Yeah.
It'd be iconic.
Iconic. Okay, what's one of your things?
Okay, so what I'll do is just give 2 quick reflections from the Greenbrier because I never did that last week.
That's right. So she went with her family for her mom's 70th birthday.
Yes, went to the Greenbrier. It was stunning, decorated for Christmas, all the things. Okay, so my first update is Armstrong Gaines is still there.
He's still there. Does he look more swole?
He looks about the same. I think his hair is longer.
His hair is longer.
The hair was giving longer, right?
Yes. Yeah, no, I noticed that I actually didn't know that was him because his hair was longer.
Yeah, and so just the first night in the casino, I'm watching the waltz with Lauren. We're having our very, very sweet champagne, watching the waltz.
Yeah.
And we're standing in the corner doing dark deeds, of course. And I gotta scan. I gotta see if this kiddo is here. And sure enough, there he is, dealing the cards. So I threw this up on our Instagram. So some of you already have this update, but he is there. So I thought that night I will just let him live. I'm not going to go pester this kid. He had the busiest table.
Oh, we love to see that. And I know he does too, because then they get tipped out with people's winning.
Yeah, he had the busiest table. People liked his table.
Yeah.
Next 2 nights, he wasn't there. He was not
devastating.
there. So I didn't even get a chance.
You missed your chance.
I didn't even get a chance.
Well, it just means that we have to go back.
I guess we have to go back, you guys. But I was sad.
Did your family love it?
They did. And here is my going with my parents who are now in their 70s. Mm-hmm. Here is what I realize the Greenbrier needs to do.
Okay.
And I'm going to send it to Our Lady.
Yeah, send it to Kelly.
Is you go to dinner, and when you're in your 70s, you're going to eat at 6:30.
Yeah, a little earlier.
A little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Let's say you finish up at 7:45, 8:15. What we didn't realize, because we're on a later time schedule, is that we would finish our dinner and immediately go into the jazz club and the singers and the casino and the club with the DJ, and all of that was popping, right? By the time we finished dinner. When you finish at 8,
what is there to do?
There is nothing.
Okay, so they need to make things a little bit sooner.
Yes. So what Lauren and I, we really put our brains together and we said, we've got a plan for them. In that space where the pianist would sit in the lobby,
Yeah.
you know, you walk in
Yes.
and that's where you do tea. From like, let's say 7 to 9:30, or let's say 7:30 to 9:30.
Mhm.
In that space, get somebody on the piano.
Yeah.
Have somebody serving some cider
Absolutely.
or some kind of easy little drink, and just let people sit in that space and
Yep.
mill about. And that feels like it's entertainment enough.
I agree.
Don't you think?
Yeah, as long as there's a live musician doing something,
Yeah.
whether it's a string quartet, like you said, a pianist, someone doing something, giving you just some background noise.
Yes.
Because there is that bar right off there to
There's
the side.
the bar right there, so you could get a little drinky
Yeah,
drink. There
yeah.
were some fire pits out there, but there's got to be some sort of, I think, entertainment
Okay.
happening in that in between. Then
Okay.
if you make it to 9:30, now you're in the jazz club. Now
Okay.
you're in the club, casino, whatever. Does my mother at 70 want to stay up that late? No.
No. But she still wants to be entertained after dinner by something.
Absolutely. So,
Okay, I like that.
And
That's
so
a great-
that's not a dig on Greenbrier,
Yeah.
but it just, I realized like this is a little time gap that I think they could fill and people would be delighted by.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's a great that is constructive criticism.
Yeah.
That is incredible feedback. And so if people are going now, they know too.
Now you know.
Hey, are we going to do a puzzle in the room during that hour?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know.
That's true, honestly. Like, I mean, people were puzzling in the lobby. Like, you can
Yeah,
kind
she
of
showed me.
make your own plan. We did do like the late night stuff on the first night there, and that was great. But you know, again, you're in your 70s. You're tired. You're
Yeah.
ready for bed.
and that's their target audience, I
Yes,
would say.
I would think
so.
so.
You've got to pander to them.
You got to pander to a little bit in the upper age.
I don't know if pander's negative and cater is what I should have used
cater.
there.
Cater.
I'm going to go with cater
I think cater.
because pander has a negative connotation.
Agree.
And I don't want to say that.
Fully agree.
Not about the 70-year-olds, especially.
Not the pandering.
No.
And so anyway, but the whole trip was great. They loved the bunker tour. I mean,
Oh,
just so
so
many,
good.
even just the grounds, going to the Christmas shop, going here, going there. We went to
Yes.
these little shops. So this will lead into my second thing from Greenbrier.
Yeah. How'd your shopping go?
As y'all know,
Mhm.
I am now trying to dabble in silvers.
Right.
Miranda today.
You've made it a very big, it's very important.
Yeah. So Miranda today brought me this 1984 silver necklace
Yes.
in the Thug Life font.
Yes. Very,
But
very
I
cool.
paired it with this necklace that has a star with a cat poking its head out of the star. Okay.
So cute.
So I got this at the little shops
The
that
cat's ears are making 2 points of the star.
Isn't that cute?
So freaking cute.
So
See me being descriptive?
descriptive. Thank you. It's a silver necklace.
It's a silver necklace. And you know how a star has 5 points? Well, the 2 points of that star are the cat's ears. So, but also this is why we do receipts, because we do
Yes.
try to show things that we're being descriptive about.
And we absolutely will. We will
Yeah.
do receipts for this. So these little shops were great. I wish we had gone there with the girlies.
I wish that we would have too.
So lots of just like handmade, you know, you're supporting small businesses, glass blowers. There was like a gem store with the rocks. You know,
I
that the
love to
kid-
watch glass blowers.
I know, right?
Mm.
So this was a jewelry girl. And so we walk in and then I soon realize she is the creator of this jewelry. She is
Okay.
not just the girl working there. Like this is her stuff. And so she's showing us all the things. We get to chit-chatting. Her name is Jenny. Shout out to Jenny.
Shout out.
And it's genuinely Jenny is
Aw.
her it is with a J.
I knew that. I knew it. That's why I reached for it. Okay. Jenny, I love you. I love your work. I love it because
Yes.
she loves it. And I
Yes.
know you're working hard. And I know that was tempting.
Yes.
I know it was tempting
Genuinely
to do,
so
to do genuinely with a J because you're Jenny with a J.
yeah. I mean, it looks cute on the card, but it's just not Googleable.
Yeah. I
can't
want
Google
y'all to
it.
be thinking about that when you're naming your businesses. I know we've gone over it once, twice, and it's never going to be enough times as long as this is continuing to happen. Now,
The SEO is never going to pick that up.
it's going to be really tough. Now, the only thing she has going, not the only thing she has
Yeah.
going for her, let me rewrite. The thing she has going for her is no one is searching for jewelry by typing in the word genuinely, even with a G.
That's
okay?
true. That's true.
It's way more egregious for you to do cakes with a K
Cakes with a, or cookies with a K.
or cookies with a K because people are Googling those terms.
Yeah.
Charlotte, cakes.
Yes.
So if you do cakes with a K in your title, when people are going to type in C,
Yeah.
then that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
So at least she did genuinely Jenny.
Yeah.
No one's typing in the word genuinely when they're looking for jewelry.
Yes.
However, when you are just saying your business name to people, hey, don't forget I'm genuinely Jenny.
They're going to write it down with a G.
Yeah, they're going to write it down with a G. And so if this is, again, I'm trying to be constructive here, you guys. I really am trying to be constructive. It's too hard after it's all said and done. You've made the business cards and you've registered the name and you've done all the things. So before you do any of that, when it's just a little figment of your imagination,
Yep.
I want you to be thinking of not intentionally misspelling something.
Yeah.
Just to be cute or clever or to do an alliteration. It's not needed.
I just
really
think
not needed.
The world we live in now
Yeah.
just doesn't reward that. Now, if
Yeah.
this was ye old times,
Absolutely.
you're the corner store and you're just painting your sign above the store, you can write genuinely Jenny.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Easily.
You can do that.
And people will love that.
They will love it and it doesn't even matter. But now, as we've discussed many, many times on this one episode, digital is the way to
Digital
go.
is key.
And it's key and SEO and coin.
You got to play the game. What have
really
I said?
do.
I've said it 6,000 times here alone.
Play the damn game.
Okay, but Jenny was super sweet. I think just very like a nature girl in touch with nature.
Yeah.
But so she's got a glass case, not of emotion, but of
Okay.
jewelry.
Okay.
A glass case of jewelry. And I see that it's all silver. So I'm like,
Yes.
okay, maybe I'm like meant to be led to this silver jewelry.
Of course.
So I'm looking through and it's a lot of different animals and nature themes. And I see this necklace with a cat. I love it. And I'm like, oh. And so I say to her, I love this. And, I lost my cat earlier this year, but then, the cat distribution system came along and I ended up rescuing a cat out of the middle of the road on Labor Day. It was so crazy. So we're chatting about this. And she said, well, this necklace I did in honor of my cat. I just rescued her too.
Aww.
This is the Lucky Star necklace.
No freaking way. Lucky is the name of your kitty.
It's the Lucky Star necklace, she said, because my cat's name is Star.
And yours
And
is
I
Lucky.
said, my cat's name is Lucky.
Yeah.
And we just looked at each other like,
So cool.
look at it.
This is so cool.
Look at this little sheet.
And it comes with it.
It comes with a sheet. It says Lucky Star.
Lucky Star was inspired by a wonderful kitten that Ginny found on her way home one evening. You found Lucky
Yes, on the way home.
Star was incredibly affectionate from the start, and her personality has blossomed, and she has grown into a fun, charming, and loving companion. Jenny and Star were both very lucky to have found each other. Handcrafted with love by Jenny. I can't read the last name. But that is so freaking cool.
Is that not wild?
So wild.
It's literally called the
I
Lucky
love
Star.
this.
So I said,
Meant to be.
well, I have to get it.
Yep, you have to get it.
So I'm going to support the artist, of course.
Well, the
And
arts.
I'm supporting the arts.
It's your word of the year.
through this silver
Yeah.
jewelry
Yeah.
Lucky Star necklace
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
in honor of my cat.
Meant to be.
It was meant to be, you
Absolutely
guys.
meant to
Are
be.
you even?
I love it. It's so cute.
So
Does
anyway.
she have an online store?
Oh,
Let me see this
she's
card.
got to. Genuinelyjenny.com.
Okay, y'all, if you want to go and buy more stuff from her, well, it looks like she has an email. Oh, yeah, right there. Okay,
Yeah.
genuinelyjenny.com. Genuinely with a J, JENI.com.
You got it.
So go support Jenny and her silver and her art
Yes.
in this year of the arts.
And she was just such a sweetheart.
And
So
if you have
I
a
got
cat-
this one and I said, as she's like packing it up, I'm like, oh, my daughter's going to want to like wear this too. And she said, well, I do have a smaller one. I have it in a small version. So I got the small one for tens.
Perfect.
That was her gift.
I love that.
You guys.
You are such
Like,
a good mom
The silver was calling
and a
to
good
me.
shopper.
And the cat was calling to me.
Yes.
I mean, they're just the stars aligned. The lucky stars aligned.
I was going to say the stars. 2 R's.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the bones in my mouth.
All
Star.
right, what's your second thing?
My second thing is
You got a quick one?
a do. Yeah, no, it's quick. It's
Okay.
quick, but my whole life has changed.
Why?
We love The Truman Show.
Yeah.
We love it. We
Yeah.
love that movie so much.
I'd love it too.
How many times have you seen it?
Probably 3.
Okay, 3 times, but you know it well enough.
I know it well enough. Absolutely.
Okay, great. So the theme of The Truman Show, the entire arc of it is, when will Truman find out that he
Yeah.
is the star of a show?
Of a TV show.
The entire movie is about that,
It's
right?
all fake. Yeah.
And we're just waiting for him to figure it out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Joshua sends me this YouTube video the other day and he goes, I need you to watch this. Sends it to our whole family group chat.
Okay.
I watch it and I know it's about the Truman Show. And I'm just like, ooh, I love the behind the scenes of movies, especially one of our favorite movies. It was one of the first movies we watched together. We have watched it a million times since. Our kids love it. It's great. So the guy comes on and he's like, I am a diehard, like his YouTube is about the Truman Show.
Okay.
Like his channel.
The whole channel is just dedicated to this.
It's like he's watched it 50 times.
Wow.
He talks about it, all these themes and how it makes you think and da 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 da.
Okay.
And he's like, I have maintained from the beginning that this is a movie where we're waiting for Truman to find out when will he figure out that he's the star of the show. And I read something recently that has totally changed the way I watch the movie now.
Okay.
And I'm just, I have to bring y'all this evidence now. It's something that I'd never noticed before, but here it is.
Oh my gosh. I'm like,
I know.
what?
I was like
it
that will
changes
change-
your whole like perception of what the movie is.
Correct. So one of the very first scenes, so we know that Truman, listen, if you want to eventually watch this movie and you don't want to know how it ends, it is time to dip out Zanzibar style.
Yeah. Dip
Right
out.
now.
Right now.
We will see you on Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So at the end of the movie, like towards the end, Truman, we see that he's dug his way out of his home to escape.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And they finally like see that he's pretended to be like a sleeping person snoring down in the basement, right? Okay, so we know that he's dug his way out. And that's how he finally gets to escape. And he finally goes to the boat. And he finally goes to the end of the wall.
Yeah,
and, if I don't see you,
Yeah.
good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Within the first 10 minutes of the movie, do you remember a scene where Truman is bent over on the ground in his front yard and it looks like he is weeding?
Yeah.
And his butt is towards the camera.
I know exactly the scene. Yes.
And Meryl walks up
Yeah.
and she's holding a plastic or she's holding a paper bag.
Yeah.
And she does a little ad and and like it, but it's very focused. He doesn't stand up to greet her. He doesn't really say much to her. He's just like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
He's bent over, his butt to the camera, and they hold on that shot
They
for
do
a while.
hold.
And then she says, hey, Truman, you missed a spot. And he kind of looks behind him in the yard and like, of course, she was being critical of something I did in the yard.
Yeah.
And that spot where he was digging, when his best friend pops up at the end of the movie
Yes.
and is like, this is how he got out.
That's where he was digging. So he was digging all along?
Yeah.
So he had already figured it out.
Yeah.
By the time we're introduced to this storyline, he already knew.
Yes.
Wait, but I got to watch it back through because it seems like he's looking, or there's certain parts where he looks around and like things are starting to click.
He's now playing into it. He is now like, wait, I've been the actor this whole time. Well, I'm going to give you a show now. So he's like, huh, what, huh? Because he wanted to escape and no one to figure it out. So he played along. But if at the very beginning of the movie, he's already
digging the hole, he already knew. If he's already digging the hole, that means he already knew.
It had already been decided by him. He knew what was going on and he needed to get the hell out of there.
Oh, I'm going to have to rewatch this now.
Can you believe it?
With my monocle on. I'm going to have to.
If you are a Truman Show fan, this is a man who has like dedicated his life to the Truman Show and he never put these two things together. I have never put these two things together. Joshua has never put
What
these
does
two
Josh
things.
think of this?
He was like, this is iconic. Like this is life-changing. Because in the way in which you watch the movie, obviously not life-changing, but like in the way that you always thought that the movie was about when is he going to find out? And you're so desperate for him to find out.
Yes.
As the viewer, you're just like, you need to get out of here. These people are corrupting you. Like you have been a pawn in a game. And like, when will you figure it out? And really the whole time you don't have to be stressed about it.
You don't have to be stressed. He knew.
He knew. He knew and he was playing. I know.
Boy.
I know.
I kind of love that though. I will say
Right?
when there are movies that have a big kind of aha moment at the end where a big thing happens, it is fun to go back to watch the movie to see what things did I miss.
Yeah.
I feel that Shawshank Redemption is like that.
Yes.
It's a great example of a movie.
I talked when Bella and I were talking about it. We talked about Shawshank Redemption.
where like, he escapes and the whole thing and it's so amazing, but you're excited to watch it again.
Yes.
Because you're going to notice little things that he's doing
when he
all
slips
along.
the thing in the pocket or when he
So
that-
like putting the poster on the wall, like these things you realize like,
Yep.
okay, those little Easter eggs were there the whole time.
They were there the whole time.
So have y'all watched it since you?
No, we have not.
Y'all
We're gonna
need
watch
to.
it. We're going to watch it as a family, hopefully this week when Bella gets home for Thanksgiving.
I think that's perfect.
because we need to watch it all together. Now, Bella, of course, with her monocle on, is going, but wait, they film him 24 hours a day. So you're telling me that he somehow dug from inside of his house to outside of it and not one person saw it. And I said, but keep in mind, Bella, that's why he had to continue to play into it.
Yeah.
Only when he started to act like he was putting things together
yes.
did they start really zooming in on him while he was sleeping.
Yes.
Because before that, if he's just played along all this time, we see them in the control room. They're kind of half-assing it here and there.
Yeah.
Because they're not really having to pay attention because he's asleep.
But then they started stressing because he was putting it all together.
And
But
when-
really, he had already put it
he
together.
had already, and how long had that? Maybe it had already been all the way dug by that point. And so he didn't mind kind of showing them that he was putting it together.
Honestly,
it's a cat and mouse game.
Not
Now
that I want like part 2, but it could give them an excuse to make a new one where they show before. Like how long did he know?
Yes.
How did he figure it out?
Yes.
Originally.
Could
And
be so
then-
cool.
Don't you think?
But that's why this is lore now, right? So we have to now decide, do we believe this to be true? But why else would they show him
In that
digging
spot.
right there in that spot and make it so specific to that area? And why would they why cannot not Marvin? What is the best friend's name?
Yeah.
Not Martian, not Marvin. I'm all over it. Anyway, why would he then poke his head out of that exact
spot.
Like they have to go together. We have to believe
Yes.
they go together, and we are fools for not putting it together before. Fools.
You're not fools. I think you are breaking news here. I think many of our podcasts who love this movie have no idea.
But it feels like
I'm going to ask Brian Kernodle.
I am someone who is watching movies. I am the skeptic. I'm trying to figure it out. So
Yeah.
the fact that I did not, but I also think it just absolutely speaks to Jim Carrey being the best actor.
Yes.
Because he plays that role and you don't know that he knows. I mean, he's so good at little glances he gives, motions that he makes with his hands. Like now to watch it back and be like, bro knew the whole time and he's now just messing with us.
Oh my gosh.
He finally decided, I'm going to give you a show. If I'm the show, I'm going to give you a show. And you've been playing cat and mouse with me. I'm the freaking cat. You're the mouse. And when are you going to figure out that I actually have known all this time?
You've got to watch this immediately because I need to hear y'all's reflections on this.
I will, but it was like really mind blowing for me.
I get that.
I'm just going to say, because this is a movie I love so dearly and it makes me think. I've said on this podcast that sometimes I wonder if I'm in the Truman Show.
Yeah, we've said that.
Am I? How are all these weird things happening? If not, what other explanation can there be?
Yeah.
Are you planted? Are you my genuine best friend or are you not?
I'm a plant.
Like, are you?
No.
But are you? Because that guy said he wasn't either. Hey, Truman, remember from high school and anyway. It's just that movie made me think. You have those pivotal movies in your life that make you think so hard.
Yep.
And some movies are just throwaway movies. You don't think twice. You watch them and you enjoy them, but they don't make you think.
Yes.
The Truman Show made me think, and I think about it when we talk about a Roman Empire and things that just are constantly on your mind. They live rent free there.
Yeah.
Truman Show lives rent free in my mind. I think about it really often. Like really often. So to think that the whole movie isn't exactly what I thought it was is cool. It's cool to be presented with information, but I do feel like a fool.
Oh my gosh. I love stuff like this.
Yeah.
You're going to remember like literally this moment in time.
Yes.
Because this has shocked you to you're going to remember 2024 only because of this.
I will. I will put it on my calendar.
Put it on the calendar.
That is what I
Not all
remember
the
from
other
that
crap
day.
we've done, but this is going to be the shining star moment.
That's something I just needed you to know.
Okay. I feel complete.
Okay, well, now we need to actually do our episode that's coming out on Thanksgiving.
I know, a Thanksgiving episode. Are we going to just do wows?
Yeah, I guess.
Thanksgiving wows?
Yeah, some Thanksgiving wows. Let's get into it. To be continued.
Ooh.